Craigslist used to be the best place to find deals. However, in my area, that seems like it's not the case anymore. So we're going to go ahead and try to find some deals in 2024 in a bunch of different cities. However, in my area, it's either crusty headsets, games that nobody wants, or if I do find a cool console, it's like $100 or $200 more expensive, which is not cool and definitely not something I'm interested in. So what we're going to do in this video is find 5 different cities, see if we can find some good video games, and we're going to start off with Los Angeles because there's a bunch of places and people there. I feel like the video game section should probably be popping, but we'll talk about at the end why it may not be. But let's go ahead and look through this. First signs are not good because we're absolutely seeing a lot of postings with no pictures, which is not a good sign in my book. But let's go ahead and keep going here. We've got a generic looking photo here. Random games. Okay, so this doesn't look too bad here. We've got a Switch OLED with 7 games for almost 300 bucks. Okay, it looks like it is the Switch OLED. I wish, does it say? Okay, ooh, there's some actual good games here. We got Metroid Dread, Smash Bros, Zelda Breath of the Wild, Animal Crossing, Luigi's Mansion, Hyrule Warriors, and Link's Awakening. So right off the bat here, it seems like LA actually has a good deal when it comes to the Nintendo Switch. But let's see if we can find any other deals here. $20 for Age of Empires 3, but it's loose disc. That just doesn't sound right to me. Ooh, okay, 15 bucks. Hopefully this is not, I was just about to say, hopefully it's $15 for the whole lot. No, it's 15 bucks for each one, and then one of them's 45. Like, what's even the point here? I'm not about when people do that. Some more used games here. This seems to be all the same person, so we're just gonna keep scrolling. An Intellivision for 20 bucks is actually a pretty good deal considering those are 40 to 50 bucks. Let's see, does it work? It does power up and play, so I'll consider that a $40 deal for 20 bucks is probably decent. Here we go, PS5 Portal, 300 bucks right off the bat. Overpriced, might I say. Just wait. If you want one of these, wait and be patient. You'll find what you're looking for. Then there's a few Xbox 360 games which are listed individually, but I'm not going to be too mad. They do have pictures, it seems like, so that at least makes up for it. I'd like to see these all in one lot for 50 bucks for 5 games for 10 bucks each, because some of them are worth it, but some aren't. Maybe cheaper than that, depending on what it is. But I do see some Nintendo 64 Cruising USA. I don't know if it's worth that. So let's go see if we can find out. What is that? Cruising USA. I don't remember what the price is off the top of my head for that one. So 16. Oh, sorry. Which one is that? So 14 bucks, so 15 bucks is actually kind of spot on. I'm not going to be too mad about that. A Steam Deck for $240 is a good deal if you're looking for it. So it looks like LA has a thumbs up of approval. Obviously, there's going to be some deals that aren't good, and LA is a big city and probably a good place to find games, but I feel like these prices aren't too terrible, but let's go ahead and change it to like Miami or something like that. Okay, so we have Miami pulled up here. Let's go ahead and pull up the video game section and see what we can find. Right off the bat, I'm hit with more no images. I'm not a fan of picking up deals, and there's a lot less deals in Miami than there was in LA. LA had like 1,200. This one has 200. So maybe. Okay, so this seems like it's a pretty decent price. 20 bucks for a controller. It doesn't look like a legit controller though, so maybe that's not a good deal there. Super Mario Galaxy for the Wii, is that just a special edition coin or the game? It looks like this is just a special edition with the coin. I'm not seeing the game. But it says there is a game there for 10 bucks. that's not bad if it is legit there, but I am a little bit hesitant. This gives me weird vibes, 1, 2, 3, but it is a trade, so I think that could be potentially good there. A PlayStation 3 eye camera, $30 probably isn't too bad for it being complete. I'd rather see it for like 10, but 170 for a PS4 Slim is a little... Oh, wait. That's a PS4 Pro, not a Slim. But let's go ahead and see if there's better pictures. For $170, I think this is probably a good deal. You could probably say $150 and they'd take it. If you didn't have a PS4 and you wanted a PS4 Pro, that's actually probably a pretty decent deal. I wouldn't mind picking that up if it was in my area. $100 for an Xbox One S all day. I love these prices. Anytime I can find a console for the Xbox One S console for $100 and it's in good working condition, always a good deal there. We're not really seeing too many games. I'm interested to see what this one is. It looks like a bunch of different games separated. So let's see there's Super Nintendo, 3DS, DS games here, a Wii game, a PSP, Ridge Racer on the PlayStation 1. Okay, so there's a bunch of different games, but they don't have the prices or the listing. That's kind of a bummer. I wish there was more there. You could get a Fortnite account that is stacked. Don't forget that. That's actually not that bad of a deal if you're interested in that at all. But let's see. Okay, so here was that guy from earlier. Let's see if he has any prices. Again, $10 each except Mario. Okay, I don't know why people don't just list what they've got. They're wanting $55 for it, but it says it's sealed, so, okay. Let's go ahead and move on to New York and see if we can find any deals there. I feel like Miami didn't really have too many deals, which I guess is okay. There were some good ones, but I definitely have to say LA is the city so far that we've seen that has the best prices and kind of the most stuff. Here we've got about 900 listings, which is very close to LA, so we're kind of keep them even here. $70 for Sonic Superstars and Ultra Fighter 2 is a little much right off the bat. $450 for a used PS5. I'd rather see that around $400, but it's not a bad price. We've got some PS1 games here. Let's see if these are all $15 each or, okay, $15 each for Tekken 3. We've got Crash Bandicoot Warped, Underground. Okay, if this was like $30 for all the games, I'd say it was a deal, but marking them like that, it's a little too much. Ooh, this Logitech Precision USB controller for $12 is something I don't see in my area too much, but honestly, not a controller I really need or think is a good... Oh! I was gonna say that's not a good deal until I saw this Guitar Hero 3 Legend of Rock for $300. Not a good... Okay, it says it's sealed. Is it actually, though? I can't tell. It does look and appear to be sealed, so that might not be that bad. Let's go over to price charting and kind of check that one out, because I feel like that's a lot of money to ask for a Guitar Hero game. So let's see if we can find it. This doesn't seem to be the bundle. Okay, let's find, there's the bundle. So $270, what was that, $300? It's not that far off. You might be able to talk them down to $270, but I don't know if I could spend that much for a used one when I could go and look and hunt for it. So, ooh, that's not a good deal at all. PSVR for $275 is way overpriced. anything about 150 to 100 is where I would be with that. Oof, nah, I'm gonna pass. Let's continue on and see if we can find anything good here. This is like one of those, I want to say GameStop. Oh no, that's the Nintendo refurbished one, I think. Let's see. Yeah, okay, so it is a Nintendo refurbished one. 300 bucks is a little too much. 200, 250 maybe, but it's considered box, but I wouldn't really consider that. Let's see if there's anything else we can find here before we move on. I've got 2 more cities. Nintendo Labo for 30 bucks. If it's still sealed, that might not be a bad price, but let's see. Does it say they're still sealed, but they want 30 bucks a piece? That's a 50 bucks for all 4 and call it a day. Let's go ahead and go to Dallas and see if there's any better deals there, because New York, I didn't feel like had the deals. It's very weird because LA had the deals right out the gate, and then we've kind of been disappointed by the last 2 cities. 400 listings, okay, so not as many here in Dallas or there in Dallas. I'm not in Dallas. PS5 Slim, the digital version for $485 is overpriced. I'm pretty sure you can buy that brand new for $450, so we're going to continue on and see if there's any deals here. $120 for a PlayStation 2 Slim with some games is a little much. Maybe if it was $100, that'd be closer to what I would be happy with. But 100 plus those, 100 bucks is the most I would pay for that. With those games, just not worth it. A Jungle Green Nintendo 64. My guess is I'm going to click on it, but I bet it does not have the jumper pack or the expansion pack. Excuse me. And so, yeah, that's... Oh, it does, but it's a third-party one, it looks like. So, it says expansion pack, but it's actually a third-party one. So, I think that's probably overpriced, just because it is missing the actual expansion pack. So, maybe not. Maybe not. Okay, 180, 150 to 180. It's a little bit overpriced, maybe like $20 overpriced because it does, but I don't know. That one's a little out of the price range, I think, for me. It'd be cool to have it, but not for 180, to be honest. Ooh, here is a terrible listing. I guess it's not that bad if you want to part it out or if you have one that's messed up, but I don't... It says Guitar Hero, but you can't even tell based on the pictures. It's so beat up, so I'm not counting that as a deal there. Ooh. This is... This might actually be a deal. We're going to have to look it up on price charting. If this is truly sealed Rock Band, that's crazy. Rock Band 4 is super expensive. It's gone up in value ever since they stopped making Rock Band and Guitar Hero games. So let's see if we can find it for the Xbox One with the bundle right here. New price is $450. So, that's really overpriced. I'm not sure I could ever come to a deal with someone like that. But it does seem like they sell a bunch of stuff, so maybe like trading would be worth it. But their background tells me they probably list a lot of things. They probably sell a lot of things. They're probably a reseller of some sort. Not negative or positive way, just are reselling in some way. But let's go ahead and try what I guess is probably the mecca for Craigslist. At least for video games, I would say this is the mecca. Maybe not for Craigslist, but Seattle is where a lot of this stuff is and around. So I'm interested to see kind of how Seattle has it. And right off the bat, we've got retro games on retro games. We've got some PS2 games here. If it's 30 bucks for this whole bundle, I'm in. I think that's a good deal. 11 games here. yeah, it looks like 30 bucks. I'm happy. I would pick this up if I needed these games. There's some good ones here. We've got Tony Hawk's Pro Skater Underground 2, Underground 2, Need for Speed. Then we've got 3 Guitar Hero games. I think that's a good deal right off the bat. And then right next to it, we've got some NES games. Now, yes, I don't want to pay $160, but I do see G.I. Joe right on top. So I think that one's actually worth some money. If it's the G.I. Joe that I'm thinking of, it's worth some money. Yeah, so if it is that G.I. Joe, it's worth like 74 bucks. So right off the bat, it looks like it, but I could be wrong. Comment down below and let me know if I'm wrong. Ooh, there's a Castlevania 3 here. This is definitely worth it. I don't remember if Caveman Games is worth much or anything, to be honest with you. But I feel like this is a good NES slot. Okay, that's worth 10 bucks right there. This is a good NES slot. I mean, 70 bucks for G.I. Joe if it's the right one. Mighty Bomb Jack is good. There's a few other great games here. Burger Town or Burger Time. Ice Hockey. I think this is a game. Oh, this is the spot. This is the 7-Up game. I think this could potentially be a good offer. Offer 140, 125 maybe to start the bidding or negotiations. That's a pretty good deal. We've got some Steam Decks here. We've got some Wii games. 30 bucks each is a little much for that, so that's not a good deal. Okay, this PS1 for 65 is a little too much. 100 for this PS2 is a little too much. Maybe like 45 and 70 I think would be a better deal, but it is what it is. I am seeing a ton more retro games in Seattle though. I definitely feel like there's some good deals to be had. Probably if I dug into this more, like 100 bucks for this is maybe not bad because that Mortal Kombat game is there and there's multiple controllers, but Mortal Kombat 4 I believe is worth a decent chunk of money. Let's go ahead and head over and see Mortal Kombat 4. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. What did it look up? Oh, okay. I thought it looked up the wrong thing. Here we've got Mortal Kombat 4. 20 bucks right off the bat. I thought it was worth more than that, but 20 bucks. The system's worth 60. That gets you to 80. It's not the worst deal in history, but I don't think it's a good deal. It looks like there's a bunch of trades there. 2 Switch lights for 125. If that's for both, oh, it's for each. I'd probably say, hey, I'll give you 100 for each and buy both of them because I've got some ideas coming up soon. But a complete in-box Xbox original. We've got some... Seattle's a place to find games, it seems like. There's a ton of cool stuff that I've, like, never seen in my area right on Craigslist, but overall, I feel like Craigslist is probably not the place to find deals. Can you find deals there? Yes, you gotta dig hard enough. You gotta keep constantly looking, but Craigslist in 2024 is kind of dying off and may not be the best place to look. Add it to your repertoire though. Look there if you're interested in finding games because it'll definitely help you out. But would I use Craigslist as my #1 go-to in 2024? Probably not. Maybe 2014 I was, but not in 2024. But I'm going to get out of here because I've got some games to play. So check out that video up right there if you haven't out already. So I'm going to do some more research. Maybe check like pawn shops, thrift stores, Facebook Marketplace, then Craigslist. But if you're looking for deals, there's always places you can look. So go ahead and check those places out. But I'm getting out of here. So check that video out if you haven't already.